Hey everybody, how's it going? Charlie Wilson here, aka Sinister Charlie. Welcome back. We have some more campfire stories, and this one is Howitzer slash Appendix. I would assume this is going to be about a howitzer. I don't know what appendix in terms of the organ or like a book or something. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but we got that. Let's go ahead and like it, just because we know how these videos go. Yeah, people like it. I like it. Let's get into it.
One time I got in trouble for clearing a pack howitzer.
Why did they scold you?
By the way, sorry, pause it so soon. I know nothing about howitzers. I've seen one once.
What have you done wrong now?
I was teaching small arms repair, and I was teaching how to fix howitzers, which I hate doing.
Oh, I thought you liked working on everything.
Yeah, you jerk.
Howitzers are boring. It's like fixing farm equipment, and it's just all nitrogen and hydraulic lines, and you have to use a crane to move half the parts on it. It's just boring.
What's your favorite thing to work on?
Small arms.
Work
you
on
like
my
doing what
small
your job's
arm.
namesake is?
Yeah, because apparently the military is like mortar systems and the main gun on a Bradley, and also howitzers. Those are all small arms.
Small
you have
arms.
to fix those.
Well, the United Nations is regulating large arms. They're like, no, these rocket launchers and these nukes are small arms.
At small a person can carry it. It must
Yeah.
be small arms.
It does
They
make
had moved
sense.
these small pack howitzers, which are little. It's a relatively small howitzer. They're called pack howitzers because you can theoretically break it down and have a bunch of people carry each individual part for it to a location and set it up.
These howitzers are normally mounted on vehicles.
They're normally towed behind a vehicle, and they had some firing version that they would shoot blanks through, and one of the generals at this base that I was on was getting promoted.
And you had to give him a 21 howitzer salute.
So they had moved
What?
these little pack howitzers.
Did they do that? I've never heard of that, but I was just in the Navy. Yeah, I've never heard of that. That's weird.
Into the same area that our other howitzers were.
Okay,
The ones that I would teach students how to fix.
Are you telling me they put a display-only howitzer next to all the functioning howitzers?
They're all real howitzers, but yes, they put these ones down there. So, of course, because these little pack howitzers are different, and they're sitting 10 feet away from where the howitzers that I teach people how to fix are, the students are they're wandering over there and futzing with these pack howitzers, which they're
Futzing.
not supposed to be doing.
I gotta
No, it
use
was
that from
for
now
a
on.
display-only
Fuxing.
howitzer.
They told us, we're putting these down there, don't touch them, leave them alone. I went, okay, why would I even do that? Well, the students keep going over and messing with them and pulling on the firing lanyard and being stupid. And
Didn't you have a tarp you could throw over it? Or
no, I'm not allowed to touch them.
you don't have to touch them. Just throw a tarp over it.
I would have gotten in trouble for that.
Okay.
This person
You'll see why in a
running
second
into the
here.
background.
You're not allowed to touch these things. Also, don't acknowledge they exist.
Pretty much. One day I go down to the bay where the howitzer is, and the students are all fucking with these little pack howitzers.
Fuxing, please.
And I tell them, go over to where the M777 howitzer is. We're going to work on that thing. Stop messing with these. So they all leave, and I notice sitting on the ground next to it is a box and a bunch of blank rounds.
They were shoving blank rounds from a different gun into that howitzer.
No, they go into that howitzer. They're blank rounds for that little pack howitzer.
So the students didn't leave that there.
No, it was the people that were doing the promotion ceremony. They left a bunch of blank rounds sitting right next to it.
Okay.
Granted, if you are standing behind the little pack howitzer and you set off the blank rounds, yeah, it's going to be real fucking loud. And that's about it. But if you're standing in front of the barrel or looking down the barrel, like half of the students
You
were
blow your
doing, and
fucking head
someone
off?
sets off one of the blank rounds, it's going to take your face
Yeah,
off.
there you
Yeah,
go.
blank rounds are not non-lethal.
Yeah.
Blank rounds can.
People forget that blanks. That's what killed. Well, no, it didn't kill Bruce Lee's kid, Brandon Lee. That was completely different. Supposedly around a shrapnel from the blank hit Brandon Lee. Supposedly, I don't know. There's conspiracies about that, which I don't throw outright. But yeah, there's one movie star in the 80s who was playing around with a blank and put that pressure of that blank. There's still a what's the word? Air, I guess. It's enough to cave in your skull. So yeah, it's really these people are stupid, especially movie stars who think, well, I won't get into Alec Baldwin, but yeah, treat every gun as if it were loaded. That's the main thing with firearm safety. Every gun is loaded. I don't give a shit if you saw it. If I saw a gun unloaded 10 minutes ago, I still treat it like it's still loaded. So,
kill if used improperly.
Yes. Considering that there's a bunch of blank rounds sitting next to this, I am willing to bet that one of the people that was running the ceremony earlier left a round in the chamber. So I go and I open the breech on every single one of them, and on 3 of them, a live blank round pops out of the back of it.
Good.
Are you fucking kidding me? So I take these blank rounds, and then I move the box somewhere else.
Away from the cannons.
Away from the cannons.
Yes. Seems like a sensible, responsible thing to do.
Did somebody yell at you for it?
Somebody could have blown someone's face off, or at the very least, if one of the students had set off those blank rounds, it would have deafened everybody in that bay, because it's just a giant concrete building.
So that would have been loud.
It would have been very loud. It would have been very uncomfortable. They probably would have destroyed property or maybe even killed somebody.
So everything that you said so far seems like you've done the right thing and other people were being stupid.
I tell the government contractor that is my boss that there were blank rounds left loaded in these pack howitzers. And I didn't appreciate the fact that they had left live ammunition in my work area next to small howitzers. Mm-hmm. And he says, you're not supposed to be touching those. That's beside the point. Somebody left live ammo loaded in these guns. Yeah, but you weren't supposed to be touching them.
Fuck you.
So then I got my ass reamed
yep,
by both the officer that was in charge of the civilians teaching small arms repair.
At that point, with all the shit that I've dealt with in the military and all the shit that this guy's dealt with in the military, I just stop, if it's somebody else's responsibility and they're being unsafe, just let them blow somebody's face off. At that point, it's like, dude, this guy's, I don't know. It's so ridiculous, man.
Like the military officer and also
it's probably why I
the
left.
Contractor that was my boss. They chewed me out and gave me a formal reprimand for messing with these pack howitzers that had live rounds loaded in them. By rendering something safe, I got in trouble.
Ultimately, were you in the right?
Yes.
Yes.
Who would dispute that besides them?
An officer.
Nobody.
Nobody would dispute that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would have disputed that. Somebody left a loaded gun in my workspace.
Jesus.
And then yelled at me for clearing it to make sure that it wasn't loaded.
You haven't mentioned this story to me before. Is this one of many stories?
Not a lot of really stupid stuff happened when I was teaching small arms repair.
This probably qualifies as one of the stupid.
I'm trying to if it's somebody else's weapon, yeah, I probably wouldn't even touch it, to be fair. It depends on the situation, I guess. But if that person handed me the weapon, then yes. But if it's just a gun in the air, if I saw a gun in a, I don't know. That's a weird one. It's difficult. It's a difficult situation.
Stupidest things.
This was pretty stupid, though. Yeah.
How bad was the penalty?
I got yelled at.
That was it? Doesn't seem like too big of a penalty. No formal write-up or nothing?
I think there may have been a formal write-up. I don't know. I don't remember.
Like
I
counseling
stopped
shit?
working at that job because I got laid off due to budget cuts.
Maybe they laid you off because they didn't like you touching their stuff.
That's a possibility, but they did lay off a lot of the civilian contractors.
This civilian, what's his name? Zach? He keeps saving the lives of these soldiers who are trying to get killed. I don't appreciate that.
I don't like that very much.
That guy right there, he's gonna cost us a fortune in medical bills. We gotta get rid of him, but Zach's standing between us and him.
We should kill him. No. Let's just annoy him with bureaucracy.
Let's frame him for attempted tampering. It's frustrating, isn't it?
It is.
Is that it? Oh, no, there's more. I was like, I didn't talk about Appendix.
One time I sneezed so hard I shit my pants.
Cool.
That is a whole new story.
Well, it's a scientific fact that when you sneeze, it causes all of the muscles in your body to contract. Sneezing is one of the most violent things that the human body can do. There was a man who literally sneezed once, and he gave himself a heart attack and died. From sneezing. Yep. He just sneezed. I heard another story about a guy that sneezed so hard he broke 4 of his ribs.
Yes, that's the thing.
So one day I'm sitting down, I'm playing video games, minding my own business, I sneeze, and I sneeze so violently that I just go and squeeze down a little turd. And I'm
God.
like, no! Why did this happen? Why has God forsaken me? And that's the day I became an atheist.
Well, there you go.
There are so many times you shit yourself.
I've only done it like 2 or 3 times.
But is that on top of the 2 or 3 times you had dysentery?
Oh, okay, I forgot.
I mean, you know, you could just go read a Christopher Hitchens book and it might make you atheist. I don't know. I don't know if shitting yourself makes you an atheist.
About the dysentery.
Oh, I forgot all about all those other times I shat my pants.
I forgot about that. That was a legitimate medical condition. Dysentery is a real thing that happens to people. It's not my fault that I was shitting myself to death.
No, it's not. Dysentery is a myth. Of course it's a real thing.
I used to kill people. People used to die of dysentery.
Yes. Or wait it out, like you did. Like when I had my appendix.
No, God, I drank a lot of water. You had your appendix removed?
I was driving around
Never had my
town,
appendix
going
removed.
to work and said, oh,
Lucky.
my gut hurts. This bottom left portion of my stomach
So bottom
hurts.
left.
And it
All
was
right.
actually, it turned out that it was just a small goblin man who was living in your armrests, and he would just poke you with a sharpened stick occasionally.
It was a
How
glitch
dare you. This is a
gremlin.
very serious story about my appendix rupturing.
Okay.
Anyway, my appendix hadn't ruptured.
Oh.
It was just an obstruction in my gut.
Oh.
But the pain that I had at that moment was so severe, I pulled off the side of the road for about 10 minutes and legitimately thought, I might need to go to a hospital. This might be an actual emergency. I know if your appendix ruptures, you've got about 48 hours to get to the hospital before you die. Hope it's not appendicitis, because I'm not going to the hospital because I live in America.
Yeah, and I can't afford it. Do you remember when our friend in high school ruptured his appendix on prom night?
Ooh,
Yes. What a lovely time to rupture
that's
that thing.
unfortunate.
We were at prom. He left because he was like, I don't feel good.
Ooh.
I feel really, really awful. He went home. He kept telling his parents, my stomach really hurts. I feel awful. Can I please go to the hospital? And they're like, you're fine. You just have indigestion. You don't need to go to the hospital. And eventually at like 4 in the morning when he was laying in bed going, they were like, okay, fine, we'll bring him to the fucking hospital since he's being such a crybaby about it.
You're gonna cry your eyes out. Fine. We'll spend thousands of dollars to just so the doctors can say you're okay.
Brought him to the hospital, the doctor was like, yeah, your appendix ruptured. You probably had another 7 or 8 hours before you would have went into toxic shock and probably died.
Yes.
He's just like,
That's
I
crazy.
told you.
Our healthcare system is fucked up.
Oh, it's so
Yeah, it
messed
is.
up. Yeah, when I got carbon monoxide poisoning, I literally did not want to go to the hospital because I was like, I
Too
don't
much,
know
yeah.
if my insurance will cover an emergency.
You know, even when I go to the VA, you know, if I go to the VA for something that I'm not covered on, I have, but I also have a high percentage in terms of VA disability, so I don't know how that really works. I haven't had to go to the VA other than like the normal, you know, service-connected stuff that I have. I still need to go get glasses. Anyway, that's my own routine I need to do. I need to go get glasses.
Room visit. Turns out I still had to pay $200.
That's not bad. Actually, that's not bad. $200 for a hospital visit? I mean, in the United States, that's not bad. Anyway, really not. Yeah, so there you go. More campfire stories. I like that one. It's good. I like all of them, honestly. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Please likey and subscribey. Yeah, we're on our way to 2,000 subs. Probably, I'm thinking like in the next like couple months. I'm thinking in the next couple of months maybe we can get to 2,000. Maybe if I get better internet, we can do some kind of live stream thing. Maybe a video game or something. Yeah, so thank you for watching. And yeah, if you have any suggestions, down below.